Hello, my friends. What's happening? Welcome to another video today, a little bit different. We're going to celebrate our new life in 3310 with an interview with the King of the Kingdom. See what he's got to say for himself. I'll be putting him to some tough questions, hence Paxman sponsoring. So he'll join me very, very shortly. See you in a second. Welcome back, and as promised, I have on the line, all the way from London, the king of this kingdom, Dasher. Dasher, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing good, thank you. Great. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to your wonderful kingdom, which I'm really enjoying so far. There seem to be a lot of chests. A lot of chests.
Of course, man. Thank you for coming.
Not at all. So you, I just wanted to. All I know about the kingdom is that you and a chap called Mason set it up. Was it like a big jumper project, or how
Um,
did you? Yeah, how did you come about starting the kingdom up?
if you want the honest truth,
No one to lie.
if you want it, me, Mason, and another guy called Bot Impossible. We were all friends from before, all in different kingdoms. We'd fought each other a couple of times in KVK, and we got along really well. So it took us roughly a month of planning from the start of our jump project to our final kingdom. Really short jump project, but it went really well. It was really small with just a bunch of our friends. Big spenders. We had, I believe, on day one, we had two players about 20 mil and Academy level 25 as well. So
That's big
that
on
was a
day
very
one.
good recruitment on day one.
When you say it was small jump projects, I'm used to like being in these Discord projects which never really take off with like 400 people in, everyone put their role in. How many guys did you have?
In our Discord, I believe we had around 200.
Okay, so a good mid-sized one then.
I would say so. Yeah.
And what was that? Because this seems like to those of us who don't really know, this is the kingdom so far on day two of migration. So I'm just showing the power to everyone. Lead Alliance 4.6, second one 4.1, then some big 3, 4, 5. This is a bit of a powerhouse kingdom. Why is this done so well? Like, what's so strong about this place? Is it just the level of spenders? Is it the contacts you got in the game?
So I'll be honest, we just got really lucky. I do apologize. It's one of my communication things. I always say, I'll be honest. It's really weird.
So if you ever don't say, "I'll be honest," are you lying?
No. So, um, we just got really lucky. We was in a really good seed. We planned our map type out specifically for getting migration. So AC kingdoms tend to have a lot of A map type kingdoms tend to have a lot of players that instantly join because Lilith redirects all new accounts into A map type kingdoms.
So
So what we did,
explain what's an AMAP kingdom? Sorry, I'm a noob on that front.
so for every continent, so every four kingdoms in your continent, there
Hmm.
is a map type for each kingdom. So there's A map type to D. So the youngest kingdom is always going to be A, then it goes B, C, and D. The only difference is that the map gets rotated, I believe, 90 degrees each time.
So this is the preparation season map.
Yeah.
Oh right, well you learn something new every day. I did not know that. Okay, so and you got the top one, like the
No, we got B. So the good thing about being B is that you don't ever have to worry about the high level of migrants or people trying to argue with sort of leadership to a degree. So what we did, we went with B type, gives us time, extra time than the other kingdoms to get migrants in. We don't get as much resistance, and it made it easier for us to get our players because on day one, for example, of Kingdom 3309, there was already rumors of civil war.
I got you, but you didn't have anything like that in your guys' kingdom.
Not anything. We haven't had a single bit of resistance the entire time.
No, it seems like a really nice place, and it's got that that rare thing, sorry, about having multiple powerful alliances, and people are cool with that. Because usually you got two people, whatever happens, you got two people battling for king, even not in a fighting way, in a sort of psychological way. But you, this chap, Bot Too High Mason, are big mates in real life. You say, right?
Yeah, we are.
And that always helps. Right, and with your account, this is your same season account. I'm just going to get that up here. So have you hit tier 5 yet?
Yes, I have a full march of T5 archers.
Yeah, boy, I love the archers. I love the archers, obviously. And you've got some pictures of the gold chest you've been getting here. Like, the man's not bullshitting. These are gold chests. It's been glorious since I come. So when you did a 1v3 in KVK1, which you won, had you got many migrants in there? Or was it just the initial jump group and the big spending power?
Crazy amount of migrants. It was unbelievable. I mean, we was recruiting every kingdom you can imagine. If we found that you could migrate to us, you was getting a message before we hit Rising Star.
Really? So who did it? Did you do it personally?
I did it. I did a large majority of the recruiting for our kingdom. Of course, I was support and help along the way, but that's kind of my main position within the kingdom. Is getting the migrants in, settling them down, handing the majority of the more management side of the kingdom.
Okay.
So I made sure that we got all of that out of the way really fast. And yeah, we was rising star since the very beginning as well. So all of the migrants that we've got from same season uh, are either brand new or I've been here for a really long time because we physically couldn't get anyone else.
Nice. Like, well, I've got such respect for you doing all the actual migration bit yourself because I hate the migration attracting people in 3031, which is where I'm usually king. I hate doing that kind of thing. I never contact anyone. I wait for everyone to contact me, and it shows. To be brutally honest, it very much shows. But it's so soul destroying. So kudos to you for taking the time to do it. Do you have a main account in another kingdom you're going to bring, or I presume you've been playing for a long time?
So I'm pretty sure the very first kingdom I started in was 1364, if I remember correctly.
So you've been playing a
But
good few years.
yeah, but over time, lost accounts, sold accounts. So unfortunately, right now, this is my only account.
A pretty good one to
But
have though. KVK1 tier 5. It doesn't do too badly. I assume you're running Thutmose and YSG.
YSG 5551 something nice with expertise. YSG already have over 300 gold cards prepared again. VIP 16.
Your VIP 16. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I've just hit VIP 16 on my main, and I can tell you it's not cheap. So I can imagine the amount of time. That's over a year. So
Uh,
Dash has been splasher. Dash has been splashing the casher. But
I
you've got a nice
mean,
little account
I
here.
hit I hit VIP 16 in the jump stage.
Oh my god! And is that mainly from the money you've put in, or is it from these ridiculous amount of gold chests?
Money that was put into the account.
Yeah, fair enough. We can because
Indeed.
I've got a few VIP VIPs from it today, but VIP 16's 1.5 million, right? So,
I believe so.
yes. So you must have an absolute ton of speed up saved.
Not all. That's all. Yeah, nah. So originally my account, I was actually the pilot. I was never the spender. I have
Oh.
roughly put around like 300 or so in.
You
But after the second week, the main spender was busy with in real life stuff and gave me full access to the account. So the account then became mine, and that's how it's been ever since.
Oh, perfect. Well, it's I love seeing KVK1 Archer players, obviously, and it's nice. Like, did you find you? I didn't know if I was at a disadvantage. I found that it's easier to be infantry because you don't have to go down the Thutmose route. You can just get the standard Sun Tzu. Did you find it difficult, or did you find you were crushing as an archer?
I love fighting on field with an archer,
Yeah.
but as the only, sorry, one of two archer rally leads in a 1v3, I run out of archers really fast. And so did
Really?
the kingdom.
Oh yeah, you've got
So,
1.7 million deads after KVK1. You ran out of archers fast.
yeah. So that hurt a bit.
Who are you? Was it Thutmose YSG?
Utmost why I shoot all the way.
Yeah, that's was it. And I know I can't find him now. The chap I'm in love with, Bot Soul.
He's currently in KC.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I loved it. I was watching him fight. He was sending me his reports. If I can find him. Like, this dude's insane. KVK1, nearly 900 million kill points, 3.7 million dead. He was the amount of commanders he's got maxed, and this is not even his main account. This, like, that's the kind of the main reason I wanted to join. He showed me his commander, showed me everything. I was like, yeah, I want to be in his alliance. This guy looks like he knows what's what.
I mean, we have many big boys now, and I'm incredibly impressed. We got so many sings and T5s that this is probably one of the most amount of T5s I've ever seen within a KVK2 kingdom,
Well,
and we have
let's
yet
have a
to
look.
come.
Let's work out how many you've got. So I'm going to count 45 million as the cutoff point. So
44 million, if I remember right. Some of our 44 mils have T5.
okay, so look, so 45 at least, and
Yeah,
from going through, like obviously we've got the big cross season guys coming over, but there are a lot of same season players here. Same season just means big spender, which is kind of good for a kingdom. Here we go, 72 million guy JW, bot Megatwown, 70 million. This guy, 65 million, 685 million kill points. Pei Chow, 2K2. There really are a lot of same seasons. Have you just been hoovering up all the same season players then?
I told you, I love recruiting.
Well, I'm pretty stoked to be. I bought like I think I've got 5 or 6 people from 3259 who've come for the ride, all same season, mostly fighters more so than spenders. But I guess you need all sorts here. There's a few of my free to play gang. And what's the bot thing? Is it Bob the Builder?
So, Bob the Builder is my little thing, but uh, the bot thing. So, like I told you, our third king, Bot Impossible, has always had the bot name to him, and we wanted to be unique and have our own tag. So, what we did is me, Mason, and Bot all hopped into a call. We put up a bunch of names that we could use as a tag, and we used the will. It landed on Bot.
That's brilliant. So random chance chose it all in the end.
Yep, but it's made us as unique as you could possibly imagine.
I can honestly say I've never seen another Bob the Builder themed bot kingdom, and I like that. So what's the plan for here on in? Because obviously, I mean, you're going to be seed like I say we're going to be seed A. We're going to KVK2, presumably the top of seed A. Are we planning a 7v1? Are we? Actually, that's obviously silly, but I assume we're just planning to get good allies and fights. So, what's the plan for KVK3 onwards? Are we going to push the Imperium level?
Um, Ideally not. We kind of want to be mid A seed, and we'll see how we are enjoying life there.
Hmm,
If things are getting a bit too difficult for our same season players and people aren't able to live up to expectations, we'll most likely start removing players, shrinking down our kingdom size, and going down to a low A, high B if possible.
got you. I mean, that seems logical to me. As much as it's great to be in a very powerful kingdom, it does mean you fight against very powerful kingdoms. And if you're not one of these massive cross season players or same season with a big spender, it gets kind of difficult when you're running one march with purple armor and everyone else has been playing the game for 4 years. You kind of get slaughtered, and that takes a lot of the joy out of it.
Exactly. So I know our initial plan right now is to do three skips from KVK 3 to 4.
Oh well, you need to have revised that plan, my friend. They changed the game. As soon as you finish KVK 3, you go right into KVK 4. You can't skip.
Oh my god.
See, I
No.
bring some value. Yeah, I had exactly the same plan, and they've changed it. It was in an update about 6 months ago, buried down the bottom, that you go into a KVK 4 with all the new Season of Conquest kingdoms. So you'll be fighting the guys you've been fighting in KVK 1, 2, and 3, but there's no chance of a skip. And then you can go back to the normal, do 3 skips before you register.
Damn. Made me cry, Greg.
I'm just saying how it is. Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger.
I'll forgive you this one time.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, did you have any advice for anyone who's running a kingdom or involved at upper echelons? And I'll quantify what I mean exactly, because you smashed your 1v3. Is there anything you do differently here that you believe other people could or should do to get better results?
We interacted a lot with our kingdom, but even I would say our level of interaction with our kingdom probably wasn't suffice. And we did kingdom meetings, announcements, everything all the time. I personally feel like I should have myself contributed way more in terms of communicating with everyone across the kingdom. That would be my biggest advice. Make sure that your kingdom is on board with you and the leadership specifically. And as long as they're happy and they trust you, you can get them to do incredible things. I mean, crazy. Our KVK one, we did 1v3, and I believe we dropped over maybe 100 mil to 150 mil power.
That is pretty impressive. I think that the one thing that really struck me when talking to you guys before coming here was just how just how Discord oriented everything was. Like you guys are fighting when you're on a call, right? You're all properly coordinating everything.
Yeah, we had over 70 people at one point inside of the call during KVK one, which is pretty rare
Yeah,
in
that's
my
pretty
time period.
massive. I mean, in 31 we'll get 10 or 12, and the difference is massive. Getting like the difference between 0 and 10 on a call is massive. But I imagine the difference between 10 and 70 is exponentially larger as well.
I mean, any issue we found on field was immediately reported to us. We were able to redirect players almost instantaneously, and it was really the major reason why I was able to do it. We had all three kingdoms at one point try and pull out at the exact same time, and that was a difficult thing to try and control, especially when '09 was a kingdom with, I believe at the time, over five T5s.
Yeah, '09
All
was
of them,
strong. It was weaker than you guys, but it wasn't that much weaker. It was, say, if you were 100%, it was about 80%. I thought I was surprised you managed to take them all down together. Do you think that was the coordination?
yeah, really, it was. There was a few communication issues between their allies as well. So that was really a big change in the game for us. For a minute, there was a period of time where we thought we may even lose it.
Really
But yeah, but we all regathered up. The morale went through the roof, and we pushed everyone back.
interesting. And obviously we're talking English, I'm English, you're English. How many people here speak English? Is it the predominant language, or do you have different alliances with different languages?
So many different communities. So ATC, for example, is majority Turkish.
Okay.
We have a Vietnamese group, a very, very large Vietnamese presence. We also have a lot of Americans and European players. So I would say we're international. That was another reason why we won KVK one. 24/7, we had over 50 plus players fighting.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Like Vietnamese kingdoms, I always find them superbly strong, and Korean for 12 hours a day. And then they go to sleep and they rest, and then you can get territory. Like when they're online, they usually win, but they're not online all the time. Strong
And hey,
internationals tend to win.
33% has a lot of Vietnamese players.
That helps.
So we're happy days.
And the final thing, I'll let you go back to your busy life. I just wanted to ask one question. What do you think it's best to have, one big alliance or two alliances like the one we have here, which are comparable in size? Like, do you want to go into KVK2 with two equal powered alliances if possible?
It depends on how many people we have in leadership. Leadership is always going to be the biggest issue. It depends on how many people you have that you trust and how many people are actually reliable to do their job.
Yeah,
If you have enough people, two alliances, in my opinion, is always better. That's another 155 member slots you can have in, and that can work as their own mini kingdom to a degree.
yeah, that's a pretty good
But
point.
if you don't have their leadership, it's a big risk. Players then become upset, they then get frustrated, and then they will leave. And you've had to spread your spenders, your high KP players, and you have to risk losing out on players which aren't easily replaceable.
That's a good way of looking at it. The reason I don't have this problem in 31, we have all the bigger players, most of the bigger players, unless the ones who want to be elsewhere in one alliance, because That's where the spending is. That's where the big players are. It just kind of we haven't got the people to spread them around. But you have got the people. Do people just like if you ask someone in the main alliance fighter, for instance, to go in the second alliance, is he happy to do so, or is he
No issues.
no issue? Okay, so there's a
Of
lot of
course,
going back and forth between the two.
yeah, especially in KDK, but it's more of a, it will always be more of an issue for newer players that don't understand the concept of specific kingdoms.
Yeah, that's a
So
good point.
as of right now, 33 kind of been really fortunate for how willing our new migrants are for being rotated. I mean, we have T5 players now in our third alliance.
Really, Jesus. Let's have a look.
I believe we have one T5, remember right?
You might see if I found. There's a 42 million guy.
If I remember right, there was 5 mil, but he might have left the alliance to grab resources.
Ah, fair
So
enough, fair enough. But still, there are some. Listen, there are some big boys in this third alliance. I imagine in most kingdoms they would be in the first or second quite easily.
easily.
Because one of the things I always get when people migrate is they want to be in the top alliance. Here we go. Yeah, there's a the guy in the fourth alliance with 54 million power. I mean, that says it all. How do you deal? Do people? What do you say here when people say I want to be in the top alliance? Do you just explain there's no concept of a top alliance or what?
Yeah, explain to them that in our kingdom there is no main alliance. We're all here to work as one kingdom. Of course, predominantly everyone's in KCDC, but they need to understand the concept of having to switch alliances, be in specific places where they may not want to be in permanently, but it's what has to be done. And that's always explained to them before they have to come to our kingdom as well.
So I think what you said a couple of minutes ago is completely accurate when you say that more experienced players understand this concept of, you're in a kingdom, not an alliance, whereas the newer players perhaps more so. I'm in this alliance. I've always been in this alliance. I shall always be in this alliance. I don't want to leave. I like it here.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's a
mentality.
it's a hurdle we managed to get over in 33 Sandra and KVK.
You have to teach me how to do that because I still have problems with all of it. You've got massive gift levels, right? Like this alliance I'm in's got 23. The other one's got 22.
We're hoping to both get both alliances up to gift level 25 by KVK2 start. So last night, I believe we gained over 4 million alliance gift score in DC.
Yeah, there were a lot of gold chests open last night. I came on this morning and it was like, oh, baby. Thank you, Bot Silent. Thank you, Sharky.
Well, I hope you're happy for the good news, but this is actually a dry season. This is low
Oh,
gold
yeah.
chests.
I tell you what, I didn't realize how much I missed the gold chests until I saw them coming again. So back in 59, we had two massive whales, and they both migrate like they were 150 million KVK1 whales. They both migrated out, and it really does dry up once they're gone. Once the steady supply of speed ups and VIP and gems coming from them go, you really feel it.
100% is a big reason why so many players are as high powered because of the amount of gold chests that we managed to supply. And not just only to one or two alliances, but really the whole kingdom. That's why we spread out all the high power players.
Yeah, it's a great strategy if you can get people to agree. It seems a great way of doing it. Anyway, mate, I am delighted to be here, as you can tell, as I've basically done an advert for the kingdom. But such is my genuine enthusiasm. I really like it here. I like well managed things, and I like the fact that I won't ever have to be involved in ruining the management side of things. Please, if you say anyone's ever made me R2, relegate me back down. I shouldn't be allowed to have any power or any influence whatsoever. When the alliance quiz is here, I'm your man. Apart from that, I'm a turd on a shoe. Well, thanks, Dasher, mate. Any closing remarks? Anything you'd like to say to your millions of fans in the kingdom?
Bob the Builder's fame,
A big shout out to Bob the Builder to end it. What a man. Dasher, mate, thanks very much for coming on, chatting. I hope my time in
man. Thank
3310 is filled with. Sorry, I interrupted you like a moron. So I'll say it again. Dasher, thanks, mate.
you. Of course, man. Thank you for having me here. I do really appreciate
Not
it.
at all. Not at all. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm sure we'll be back when there's more fighting in about a month to do some calls and some talking about that. Until then, See you next time.